What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys another episode of In It Twinja. We are still playing with the Trick Room Torkoal team, featuring a Life Orb Machamp, Focus Sash Smeargle, Grassium Z Lilligant, Choice Specs Torkoal, Normalium Z Porygon Z, and Choice Scarf Tapu Lele, which we actually used in the team in the last episode. We didn't really have to use it, but it was a seal the deal Pokemon that actually fits in the team rather well, because it's a Pokemon that it's in the bottom right hand corner, so it's the last thing they see during team preview. And I can make a whole video talking about the importance of team preview and the order that you put things in, the order that things happen when people are writing down notes. People realize the last thing's Lele, so they're like, I have to respect a Lele switch in. So if I lead Lillicant, you have to expect that I have Lele in the back. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but either way you're probably not going for a fake out unless you're like backed to the wall. So without all that Lele off-topic stuff, we're going to hop into some games. We're going to try and see if we can fight some standard teams. I'm really high up on the ladder right now. I'm in the upper 1700s, and I'm shooting for like top 10 world spots. So that is what we're looking for here. Hopefully we can get up into the 1800s today. That'd be pretty cool. Let's hop into some games and see if we can make it happen. Here we go. Alright, we're going up against Summer VGC. I think she actually knows how to beat this team. I think I used it on stream. So I think she knows exactly what I'm trying to do. We have Garchomp, Aerodactyl, Feeny, Magnezone, Kartana, Arcanine. So there's like a Sash and Aerodactyl. There's like Sturdy on the Magnezone. This is like really, really hard to do. I think I might Lillicant though. I think Lillicant is like my main out here. Yeah, I'm gonna go Lillicant, Lele, and Machamp, I think. Yeah. I know that she knows that too. But this is the best I got. Maybe I don't even want to use Torkoal. Torkoal is like so bad here. It's like not even it's not even good. It's like not even good. But I have to bring it to power up the Lilligant, I think. And with the Lele too. Alright. If we see Arcanine as a lead, we're gonna have to Sleep Powder that. So I think we're gonna have to use some hacks to win this game, but I still think we can win them. So let's see. I have to assume there's Sash and Aerodactyl. Have to assume Sturdy and Magnezone. We can't really test. We don't have any steel types. Kartana's most likely a choice item or a Z move there. And then Arcanine and Feeny probably both have berries. Garchomp could also be Z move. Garchomp could also be Scarfed. So we'll see. Like if she leads Aerodactyl, Garchomp, I might just nuke the Garchomp and hard switch in my Lele. That technically works for me. Feeny, Aerodactyl. I think I'm just gonna Sleep Powder the Aerodactyl. Yeah, I'm just gonna Sleep Powder the Aerodactyl and hard switch in my Lele. Actually, do I even have to hard switch in? I can hard switch in my Machamp. I can hard switch in the Champ. I gotta hit a Sleep Powder though. I'm gonna hard switch in Machamp, because Machamp's so much better than Lele at being an after you target. So we gotta hit the Sleep Powder Aerodactyl though. That's like the main thing. Don't Moonblast my Torkoal slot, please. Merciful VGC. Like RNG, this isn't even RNG. Don't Moonblast my Torkoal. I'll be so upset if I get Moonblasted. You could Muddy Water me, don't Moonblast me. Don't be Specs Moonblasting my Torkoal slot. I'll be so sad. So Machamp's switching in here. And Feeny's protecting. Hey, those are things that I take. And what is Aerodactyl going for? Is it the Tailwind play? Do we hit the Sleep Powder? We do hit the Sleep Powder. That was incredibly, incredibly important. We're going to nuke that Feeny slot with a Z move, I think. And Dynamic Punch the Aerodactyl. I could technically be... Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to be Z-moving the Feeny, right? That's totally happening. But the Arcanine's going to be switching in, right? The Arcanine is going to be switching in. So, like, why don't we just KO the Arcanine right now? I'm gonna Dynamic Punch into that because it would just get redirected into yeah, it would just get redirected into Aerodactyl either way. Aerodactyl switching, is that where is Garchomp? Okay, cool. I'm totally fine Dynamic Punching a Garchomp. That's fine with me. Is it double switch? Double switch. Hey, I'm still fine with this. This is still okay. So we still get the big KO that we need onto the Arcanine. Most likely, like Bloom Doom plus Intimidated Dynamic Punch to be able to take it out. And at the very least, I really think that's a Scarf Champ. We've seen all 4 of her Pokemon. So then I can just after you Ice Punch. And then a couple other plays too. So we're going to see, hopefully this does like 40%. I really have no idea how much it's going to do. But if you do like 40%, we can KO the Arcanine here. And that'd be really nice. So we're going to see. I really think that's a Scarf Chomp, so I got to watch out for Scarf Chomp. Bloom Doom. Boom. Yep, a lot of damage. This isn't Intimidated Dynamic Punch, but it's Dynamic Punch. Of course, we're going to leave it at like 1, and it's probably going to Super Berry us, which is really unfortunate. Yep, so we have to actually we have to waste our time, 2017, and go for the Stone Edge up onto that guy. We have to after use Stone Edge. Or we could just switch in Lele and go for a Sleep Powder. I think I'm just going to go for the after use Stone Edge. And then we'll KO the Garchomp next turn if we have to. Getting Arcanine off the board is actually a really big deal. Because, like, the Garchomp is kind of like a wet noodle, right? He could Z-move my Machamp, like, worst case scenario, but I think it's just going to be Rock Sliding. So we're going to be able to KO this guy. Peace. I did want to originally Stone Edge, but I decided to Dynamic Punch. Just because it's a little bit better, it is the stabbed move. So maybe it would have been the right idea to go for the Stone Edge. Because we would have got a redirection into the Aerodactyl and got the Confuse on it. I don't think this KOs even use Adamant. Yep. No poison because of the Misty Terrain. Those are things that I take. So let's see what the last mon is. Is it going to be the Aerodactyl or the Feeny coming in? Either way, I'm totally fine with whatever it is, I think. Because the Aerodactyl's asleep. He's been asleep for 1 turn. I'm going to be after Ewing my Machamp and Ice Punching that Garchomp. I should be able to take it out unless it's like a full HP, mostly defense bulk Chomp from hell, which like I've said, I really think it's a Scarf Chomp. So we're just going to be after Ewing our Machamp and have Machamp take care of this one. I really think the Feeny would be protecting here too if Feeny comes back out. Shoutouts to Misty Terrain though. I know that I would have got poisoned there. I know that I would have got poisoned. Let's be realistic. Totally would have got poisoned. We're waiting on her though. Aerodactyl coming in is not really a bad play because it takes time for Aerodactyl to wake up. My mons in the back are Scarf Lele, which is going to be pretty good, and my Torkoal. Another Pokemon that's decent, I think. It's going to after your Machamp, and go for the big Ice Punch. Hopefully it does KO the Garchomp, even though I'm intimidated. Still think I should be able to KO it. Hope that Garchomp doesn't protect. Live up to your name of Scarf Chomp. Show me the Scarf Chomp. 2 turns left to Sun, too. So next turn I can still go for an after you Dynamic Punch in the Aerodactyl if I really wanted to. I think I might. I think it's a pretty decent play. It locks down potential speed control if he like wakes up and hits himself. After you, it's going to be coming into the Machamp, which is going to, after that it's going to Ice Punch the Garchomp. Hopefully this guy goes down. Please go away. There we go. They always do. But like I've never fought one that's full HP defense. Of course that one would probably live after an Intimidate. So yeah, Garchomp goes onto the Ice Punch. Machamp is tearing things apart here. Don't wake up. Yes. So yeah, we're just going to use after you, I think, one last time, and Dynamic Punch. Actually, Dynamic Punch isn't even the right play. I can just Leaf Storm and Dynamic Punch, like, hard cast it, you know? That's probably the better play. Because, like, what is Aerodactyl going to do? Like, Skydrop my Machamp? That would kind of suck, but it's not, like, the end of the world. Yeah, we're just going to Leaf Storm here. Leaf Storm the Feeny should probably KO. Not, like, guaranteed. And then Dynamic Punch into the Aerodactyl. It's going to clock the Sash. Actually, it's probably not going to clock the Sash. I'm intimidated. But, I mean, it's going to confuse it, which is pretty nice. And let's see. Let's see if Feeny protects. The correct play, I think, would be to protect with Feeny and go for a... Okay, he's not, so he's just going to eat the Leaf Storm. I was going to say the correct play would be to protect with Feeny and wait for the Aerodactyl to wake up, but it looks like she didn't want her Aerodactyl to get nuked, so she tried to reply with like a Muddy Water or something else. But my Lilligant is no joke. It one-shots things for a living. And yeah, we're going to be able to wrap this one up. I do think Aerodactyl Garchomp's like a really, really solid core that you don't see all that often. But Lilycole is like a whole nother beast. And if you use the Machamp correctly and just get after you boosted forever, you're never going to lose. As long as you hit your Leaf Storms. Like, note that I could have missed a Leaf Storm, and the main reason that I use Bloom Doom in the first place is because I hate missing Leaf Storm. So we're just going to use Dynamic Punch and Leaf Storm again. Barring incredibly lucky Rock Slide from Hell moves, I think we're going to be able to win. We even have a Scarf Lele in the back. So, hey, Rock Slide comes in. Let's see if he gets the flinch on the Machamp. So, Lilligant's going to obviously go down. And let's see, does Machamp get flinched? Where's the inner focus? And nope, no flinch. Sometimes lucky. Again, another game where we didn't have to use the Lele, but having it in the back secured our victory, just in case. Pretty cool that we can have like a complete extra mon that we don't even really need to use. ever. Because it's the Machamp Show. That's like the name of the game. That's the name of this team, is the Machamp Show. Alright, so we're going up against Celesteela, Lele, Arcanine, Garchomp, Coco, and Drifblim. Very cool team. This is like the perfect example of a good Lele Blim team. Lele Blim's really good. Coco Garchomp really good. Celesteela with any of these 5 Mons, really, really good. I think I've actually ran this exact team a while if you check some of the stream highlight videos. But I'm thinking that's a Scarf Chomp because it's next to a Drifblim and a Steela. And that's how I ran it personally. I think it was like I ran Life Orb Lele, left over Steela. It's probably a Berry on the Arcanine, maybe a Sash on the Coco. So we can assume all these items are going to be like pretty standard stuff. Maybe a Life Orb on the Coco, you never really know. Most likely the Psychic Seeds on Drifblim. So how do we beat this? That's a real question. I think I can technically go for my Trick Room team. But if there's a Y-Guard on Steel, which I ran on mine when I ran that exact team, it'd be pretty good. If there's a Sash on the Coco that's pretty good against me, maybe we have to go something different. Maybe we have to go Lilycole and hope that we get the Sleep Powder onto the yeah, we have to Sleep Powder the Drifblim, which is not something I actually really want to do at all. I think I'm just gonna go for the Trick Room. Yeah, I think he's gonna actually bring his if we see Coco, that means it's sashed. And that's going to affect our play. Oh man, we almost ran out of time. But we're ready to go. I think this is going to be a pretty good game. I actually really like their team. It's incredibly standard. And it's not too standard to like a fault. It's not like fake PG, like I'm going to try to get my Trick Room up. It's not like a... It's not bad standard. Some teams are so standard, like they have like standard cores, but they don't really complete the core. Like, well, I have Porygon 2. That's a cool standard mon, but like I don't really have a way to protect it. Or like Porygon 2 and Arcanine, that's okay, but it doesn't really protect you against everything. This team has enough versatility to protect you from everything. So against this type lead here, he has potential for like Roars from Coco. I'm talking about weird stuff here. Roars from Coco. He has Discharge, Ground EMZ, Garchomp. Like I'm looking here and I'm thinking it's probably now it's Ground EMZ, Garchomp, might be Life Orb or Specs on the Coco now that we take a second look here. So we're just going to go for the Follow Me. There's also potential for like Dragon Tails and Roars from Garchomp, for example. So we're just going to Follow Me. We're going to play it extremely safe. We're going to respect his Pokemon here. We're going to go for a Follow Me Trick Room. If we get the Trick Room off here, I want to say that we win. We're going to lose our Smeargle, but then we're going to be able to come in with probably the Torkoal. And Torkoal just going to slam Eruption and then Ice Beam into the Garchomp. It would be in a good spot. So Follow Me is going to come in here. It's going for a D-Gleam. Don't Rock Slide me. Don't you Rock Slide me. EQ. We're good. So he's gonna hit his own Coco. What he's doing is not incorrect because he realized that he has to go for the big KO of my Porygon, which he almost got. Let's be realistic. He almost got it. Our Porygon is incredibly defensive. It's probably an Adamant Chomp. It might even be banded. So you know, it might have been a roll that we won to as well. But we are going to be able to get our Trick Room up. I don't think he had any priority moves other than Extreme Speed on Arcanine. I'm going to send Machamp in. I know that we would be eating and Intimidate, and normally when you play this team, the flowchart says don't send out your Machamp until you see their Arcanine, but we have to send it out right now because we have to be able to check that Garchomp. And if it is Scarf Chomp, for example, well, it's not because its Coco was faster. All right, there's a Lele. Hey, we're good. We're going to go Ice Beam. We're going to go Poison Jab into the Lele. I'm actually thinking... Let's take a step back and look at his team. I really think he would have sent out the Arcanine here if it had Extreme Speed. I think Arcanine is just a good Pokemon here, but also note that that Lele can most likely have Protect. He can go Protect Earthquake here. I'm thinking I'm actually just going to Z-move the Garchomp slot. And you may think that's a really weird play. You may think it's not correct. But what it does is that one-shots an Arcanine switch in and just wins me the game right there. So I think I'm going to go for it. Ice Beam is also the correct play here, but this really punches an Arcanine switch in. And that's something I'm totally about. Lele's protecting? It's fine. It's going to be Scarf Chomp most likely then. Unless Scarf Chomp's protecting too. Great. So I blew my Z move. What's the worst thing that came out of this? I blew my Z move, right? But it's not really the worst case scenario, I don't think. Because now I can actually even greater protect myself from an Arcanine switching. Because now I can Ice Beam the Garchomp and go for a Hyper Beam on Lele? You may think that's not the right play. Why would you do that? Well, it's going to get me the double KO, and it's going to make his last Pokemon have to fight a 1v3 against a recharging 8 HP Porygon, a rather bulky Machamp, and a Torkoal. And if we look at his team, mons that he would have left in the back would be like Arcanine, would be Celesteela, two things that like really don't want to fight a Torkoal, and I really just don't want to use ice attacks on anything. But I am gonna have to Ice Punch that Machamp, I think. Or sorry, the Garchomp. And the thing is, he knows that I'm Poison Jabbing, which means he would be switching out the Garchomp for, actually, can I just try attack that thing? No, I'm going to do with what I said. It's the correct play to do it like this. Hyper Beaming the Lele, Ice Punching the Garchomp is the correct play. It might not look like it, but it is. I can miss a Hyper Beam. I guess that kind of sucks. He's withdrawing Garchomp, most likely coming in with the Arcanine. You see, this is why we do this, because you don't want to have, like, for those of you who don't know, Lele does not always get one-shotted from a Life Orb Poison Jab from my Machamp, if I'm intimidated. So you have to be able to play around that, and also, this is probably going to put his Arcanine within range to get one-shotted by the Stone Edge. So that's going to be pretty good as well. That's going to be close, actually. And we hit our Hyper Beam. Cool. Those are things that I take. Like, not going to lie, I totally take those. So, bam. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Lele goes down. And his Arcanine can't E-Speed me. He probably doesn't even have it, or else he would have sent it out like 2 turns ago. His Garchomp can try and EQ me, but I'm gonna be Ice Punching that guy, keeping him on a lockdown. And if for some reason we're in a situation where, now let me just think about this. I'm gonna be Ice Punching the Garchomp, right? And he could protect. I don't think he one-shots my Machamp at all. And then Porygon, I locked him in on accident because Porygon doesn't even get a chance to select. I was going to check how many Trick Room turns we got. But I think there's still one more after this. Yeah, there's one more Trick Room turn after this, which is fine. As long as, if he Bozos protects here, he loses a Torkoal, which is what I want. And note that the Arcanine did use his Seeds. We actually didn't see it. That means that he has the, that means that his Arcanine is using, Thief, most likely. Most likely Thief. He doesn't want to get Stone Edge. He's protecting right here. It's a pretty good play. Ice Punch comes in on Chomp, though. Looks like he's going for that big EQ, and I'm like, nah, that ain't me, actually. We're going to take those. So, yeah, Machamp is going to be able to finish off the Garchomp, and next turn, I think this is still one more turn at Trick Room, just got to make sure. We're just going to go in for an Stone Edge plus Tri-Attack. We'll be able to take this guy out. Because remember, his Arcanine already used his item, so it's not like he has a Super Berry. So we're just going to go in for an Intimidated Stone Edge, but it's going to be good enough. And then Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack can't miss. It's pretty good. Don't even have to Hyper Beam. Don't have to do anything else. Maybe he would go for a Double Protect here. I think that would be his only play at that point. But yeah, Stone Edge. Remember, that would be the perfect chance for him to proc his Berry, but he doesn't have it. So Tri-Attack's going to come in, and we are going to be able to seal this one up. So pretty good game. Like I said, I think his team is completely standard. It looks like he's mixing in a little bit of Thief Arcanine in there with the Seeds, which is something that I think a lot of people should still be doing. I think that's a very good play. It gives you more options, because sometimes you want to go Lele Blim, right? But sometimes you want to go like Lele Arcanine. Like Lele Arcanine's more often than not better than Lele Blim. So having both of those options is really cool. Unfortunately for him, his team was not prepared to fight against Machamp, and let's be honest, most people aren't. So thank you guys for watching the games. Let me know what you guys think about this team in the comments below. I'm always interested in hearing what you guys have to say. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.